Would you like to work with me and my team on a more personalized, more customized basis? If we helped you to make 5, 10, 15, 20,000 dollars or yuan or pesos, whatever it would be, would you be willing to make a donation to the Success and Money Foundation? Would you be willing to make a donation to a nonprofit charity? Simple question. So my name is Tom Painter, and my wife and I are the co-founders of the Success and Money Foundation.org. We're a nonprofit. We're an educational charity. We teach kids, teens, young adults, and adults about success and money. Well, because most likely you didn't learn that in school. Our job is to help you, your family, and friends to have a better life. And we do that by providing free success and money classes for anyone, anywhere. We have three missions. Mission number one is to help those in need. For every hour you go to class, the foundation will donate a pair of eyeglasses, will feed someone, or will provide gallons of clean water for someone in need. Mission number two is to help you with financial rewards. When you go to class, when you simply go to online classes, you can earn financial rewards when you go to class and share with others. And then number three is to help you, because we've created this wonderful platform that you can do, and you can have access to hundreds of hours of classes. You have access to downloads. You have access to books. All those things are free to you as part of the mission. You can participate as an individual, as a group, as a family. You can do school, churches, charities, groups, and teams. The Success and Money Foundation.org is a nonprofit educational foundation that is supported by best-selling authors, educators, and entrepreneurs. And I'm looking for a group of people that would like to work with me and my team in a more advanced basis. Now, part of the foundation, you have access to these wonderful classes. There's hundreds of hours of class that you can go through online. There are books. All my books that I've written, all the royalties go to the foundation. I don't get anything from it. My goal is to help you to do that. But one of the things I'm looking for is I'm creating a network. I'm creating a network. We already are a network of best-selling authors, educators, and entrepreneurs. Guess what? You all qualify. And there's a small portion of you that would like to go to the next level. There's a portion of you that would like to go to that next level. And we're going to ask a simple question. To get into this next level, and again, you don't need to. You're just fine. To get into this next level, would you be willing to make a financial commitment? Would you make a financial donation? Would you donate some of your Buffett bucks that you've already earned back to the foundation so that we can give that money to somebody else? We're looking for people to help us to, when we do our classes, to help raise more money to give away in financial rewards. My wife and I put $3 million into the foundation. That foundation makes money. It's called an endowment or a corpus. As it makes money, we give that money away. Our goal is to have the foundation outlive us. So as it makes money, we give that money away. There's always going to be money to take care of and to keep the framework of the foundation up and running. It'll be up and running and still going. We want to go faster. So if you would like to participate with us in a much smaller, much more intense group, we'd like to invite you to be able to do that. You can donate some of your Buffett bucks. You can make a donation to the foundation. And where does that money go? That money is going to go to give to other students in their financial rewards. We know that the number one thing that every adult's agreed with me on is that they wish they would have started at an earlier age. That's the problem. Our solution? We're giving money away and we're getting you to open up that investment account. When you do that, you become an investor. You're no longer just a consumer. So that's what I'm looking for. If you're interested in that, say, yep, I am. Throw it in the chat. I'm interested in working with you, and I'd be willing to donate some of my Buffett bucks. I'd be willing to donate and make a donation to the foundation, a financial donation. Now, why are we doing that? Because we want to grow this. We want it to grow even faster. We're trying to create a whole network of people to be able to do that. And we can do it. We can do it. So I'm going to ask you to do that. Now, what's this entail? Well, the first thing is that we want to help you financially in the simple proposition. If we help you make an extra 5, 10, 15, 20,000, wherever you're at, would you make a financial commitment? Would you make a financial donation to a nonprofit? If it's yes, we want to go to the next level with you. So I want to tell you a little bit more about me and how this thing was created and what it's all about. And again, you don't need to do this. You've got access to all these free classes. There's hundreds of hours of free classes. My books are already online. You can go down, you can read the books online for free. You can go through the Success and Money Secrets class for free. You can even get paid to do that. And that's all wonderful. And you got everything you need. But some of you want to work with me on a very close basis. And I'm looking to take that to the next level. So I want to tell you a little bit about me and how this is created and how we're going to do it. So many of you know that I'm one of 10 kids. I'm number 7. I grew up in a small town. My dad is 4 days older than Warren Buffett. My dad taught us kids how to be capitalists. My mother taught us how to be compassionate. As a result, we're compassionate capitalists. When I was very young, I was helping my dad sand this old house. We had to knock off the old paint chips and we were repainting this house. And I says, Dad, do I get paid for doing this? And he goes, no, son, get back to work. Well, a little while later, I had the gumption to ask him, Dad, can I get paid? Is that okay if I make a little money from doing this? And he goes, you know, son, we bought this property so we would have enough money in here to help you kids to go to college. Now, as a teenager, I didn't care about college at that point in time. And then he said something to me that I'll never forget. He planted a seed that I'll never forget. He said, son, do you know that some people make so much money off of their real estate, their small businesses, and their investments that they don't have a job? All they do is manage those things and do charity work and give back. Wow. My dad planted that seed. My dad's 4 days older than Warren Buffett. I had a mini Warren Buffett that taught me about these things. I went to college, served a Christian mission, married the girl of my dreams, started a family. I got very lucky. I actually got a chance to hear Robert Allen speak at my university, and he spoke to the Executive Lecture Series. I went to his Nothing Down seminar. I could hardly afford to get into it. I talked my way into it on a student discount price, and I went out into my car and grabbed my psych book and my physics book and says, I'm going to college. Can I stay? I'd like to stay, but can you give me a student discount price? And they did, and I spent 2 days going through that Nothing Down seminar, and guess what? I learned that it was possible. I went out to the marketplace, started doing some real estate, found little deals, failed on my first one, crashed and burned, found a property, tied it up. My wife, my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, and by the way, we're celebrating 40 years of marriage this week, 43 years being together. We painted that house, fixed up that house, and my financing fell through. And like an idiot, I just gave the property back. And then he sold it to somebody else. I missed out $15,000 in 1984. That's like $50,000 to $100,000 today, and because I didn't ask enough questions, I didn't have a mentor. But I had a big enough belief that it actually worked, and so the second deal I did, we made some real good money on it. Made a lot of money on it, and then I kept doing it again and again. The third deal is a 4-unit building that I donated to the foundation 40 years later. That's how we got started. And I started buying properties and fixing them up. And I got a chance to work with some mentors. My dad was a great mentor. Robert Allen was a great mentor. I worked with Nick Kuhn, who had bought and sold 1,100 houses. He had owned that many. He had like 300 in his portfolio. And I got a chance to work with some great people. I wanted to get a job with Bob Allen because I wanted to learn what he was teaching. I wanted to learn what he was doing. I didn't want a job. I wanted to go hang out with people that were doing it. And just out of pure coincidence, he lived in the same town where I was going to college. I found out where his office was, and I went to his office and I asked him for a job. Not because I wanted a job, I wanted to hang out with him. I said I work for free, and they said, we're paying you too much. We don't need you. But one day they needed me to do something, and I went out and I helped him, and I did such a wonderful job. They says, you know what? We need somebody to go help Bob when he's out as he's talking about his different books. And I got a chance to travel with Bob, and I'd sit on the airplane with him, and I'd say, Bob, I got this deal, and I'd talk to him about this deal, and then I'd go out and do it, and then I'd come back and tell him what the results were. And we had a wonderful time. He was a wonderful mentor for me. I got a chance to work with Bob, and I got a chance to market his material and work with him for years and years and years. And he made a huge difference on my life. My books, my products that I've done, my real estate that I've done, a lot of those are in, and my stock stuff I've done are in his books, in The Road to Wealth, The Challenge, and Multiple Streams of Income. You just read those and you're going to see my stories in there. And I got a chance to help him with a challenge. You see, Bob said, send me to any city in America, take away my wallet, give me $100 for living expenses, and in 72 hours, I'll buy an excellent piece of real estate using none of my own money. The Los Angeles Times challenged him to do that. They sent him to San Francisco, took away his wallet, his driver's license, his credit cards, everything, gave him $100 to live, which is a trick in itself. And he bought 7 properties worth 500 worth that he did in 57 hours. He gave the reporter back $20. Well, I got a chance to meet him personally right after that. I went to his office, finally got a job, and I got a chance to travel with him because they needed a young guy that could travel. And I wasn't married, and so I got a chance to travel. I got a chance to travel to all over the United States with this guy, and it was wonderful. And I can remember we were in New York City and CNN and the green room. And the guy said, Bob, I know you can do it, but can the average person do it? And it really ticked him off because he'd learned these strategies the same way. He had grown up as pretty much by himself. His older brothers were like 10 years older than him. He was a bonus baby. His mother passed away giving birth to him. But he had a grandparent that really was entrepreneurial. And that's where he got it. And he learned how to do these things by learning from others. And he said, you know what, send me to any unemployment line. Let me select someone who's out of work and discouraged. Let me spend 2 days teaching them the principles of wealth. And in 90 days with periodic coaching, I was the periodic coach. I got a chance to coach them. I was just a college kid. With periodic coaching, they'll be off the unemployment line with $5,000 cash in the bank, never to set foot in an unemployment line again. Now, I was buying little houses and fixing them up. Bob was buying massive apartment complexes. One of my college professors, I brought him in together, and we did that challenge together. The St. Louis Dispatch newspaper challenged Bob to do it. We went to St. Louis. We went to the unemployment lines, and we pulled out. And there's 60 people that qualified. We cut it down to 3. We told them they all failed, but all 3 of them said, you know what, no matter what, we want to be part of this group. They would not be denied. So guess what? We took those 3. And we taught them about how to find, fund, and farm real estate. All of you need to be doing real estate in your lifetime. Y'all need it. Steve and Mary Bonberger bought the first property and made their money on the 89th day. They made $5,000. Nora and Philip did the same thing, but it took them a little bit longer than 90 days. And Bob wrote a book called The Road to Wealth. And I'm in the book. I helped him do it. I was the coach. And I only coached him on the phone. And that's what we've created. And I've got a chance to be able to do that. But I had something that happened to me when I was 34 years of age that Bob, of all the stuff that he's taught me, the one greatest advice he's ever given me was after I had this heart attack. I had a heart attack, and 1/3 of the people who have a heart attack die. They're just gone. I don't know why God left me on this earth. I think it was to be able to take care of these 2 special needs kids and to teach this information that my dad taught me and these mentors have taught me, and to create this foundation. I think that's why I'm here. So I talked to Bob when I was very young. I had this heart attack. I was in real trouble. I just didn't feel good. It was terrible. It was probably the worst 2 years of my life. I had nothing to do and all day to do it, and I felt terrible. It sucked. And I said, Bob, I need to find some training for my special needs son. And we found a place at UCLA in Los Angeles. And it was $40,000. Remember, this is 30 plus years ago. $40,000 just for the tuition, and then room and board, had to find a job, all that stuff. And I just couldn't do it. Just didn't have the money. And Bob said to me, well, Tom, you need to go make enough money that you can put your kid in whatever program you want and never, ever, ever, ever look back and feel bad about it. So I did. I went to work. My wife and I went to work. We really cranked up our real estate. We did small businesses. We did internet stuff. We did all those things. We did investing. We did the 7 steps. I discovered what the 7 steps were, the 7 habits that make people successful. I figured out what they were. And I wrote the book, and we give that book away for free as part of the foundation. And I'm looking for a group of people that want to go to the next level. Now, you have all these wonderful classes access to. Wonderful. You don't need me. But there's a small group that wants to be part of this intensive network. This intensive network is best-selling authors, educators, and entrepreneurs, and supporters of the foundation. And we're going to do something very crazy. You're going to get a chance to work with me and my team over a 12-week period. You're going to meet with us every week. It's going to be very interactive. You can't just sit on your laurels and sit back and just watch. You got to be part of it. We're going to give you assignments, and you're going to go out and do it. Now, there's going to be a financial commitment. For the financial commitment, the money that you give is going to be a donation. It doesn't go to me. It goes to financial rewards for our students. It goes to financial rewards, a little bit for marketing, a little bit for some of the overhead and some of our coaches that we pay. Doesn't go to me. It goes for financial rewards. That's the whole goal of this. And the goal is very simple. If you make a chunk of money, would you give some of it back? Well, yeah, that's step number 3. Step number 3 is to give to individuals, churches, and charities. Guess what? We're a charity. And if you're interested in that, we're going to have you click on the button, reach out to us. You can just email us if you want at successmoneyfoundation@gmail.com. That's the easiest way to get to us. You can go to Tom. You can send out to tom@successmoneyfoundation.org. Those are 2 emails, and say you're interested. Or we'll provide a link you can click on it where you can be part of it. Now, what are we going to do? It's going to be intensive. We're going to give you stuff to do, and you're going to have to go do it. We're going to ask you to go do it, and you're going to come back and report, and it's going to be very interactive. Generals talk to generals, lieutenants talk to lieutenants, and grunts talk to grunts. And so we're going to put you in different groups, because the people that are out there doing the biggest jobs and the biggest deals, they want to hang out with those kinds of people. The people who are just getting started are going to be in a different group, because you've already passed that. You're already there. That's what I'm looking for. So if you're interested in that, I'd love to have you be part of that. I'd love you to reach out to us and say, I want to support you. I want to support you, and I want to make some donations to students, because that's where the money's going. The profits from all this is going to go for financial rewards. The money my wife and I put into the foundation is an endowment. As it makes money, we give that money away. There's always going to be money in the foundation. The job of this is to be able to outlive us. But many of you have a school that you wanted to take money and to give financial rewards to. Many of you just want to give financial rewards to students all over the world. And I'm going to invite you to participate in that. So if it's interesting to you, reach out to us, and you can be part of this challenge. We want you to make a difference, make it happen, and remember that every life is precious. Thanks for watching.